Good morning, my little darlings. This book is special for Marlo and Scotty and Leo, because we're all dog lovers, aren't we? It's called Madeline, Finn, and the Shelter Dog. By Lisa Papp. I ask Mom every single day, in the morning, in the evening, and when we're out. What do you think she asks her Mom? I bet I know what she asked her. Hello, Madeline Finn, Mrs. Dimple says when we arrive. Your mom says you're ready to pick out one of Bonnie's puppies. Yes, please, I say, but first I give Bonnie a big hug. Hi, Bonnie. I'm so excited. I can't decide which puppy to choose. I love them all, I tell Mom. Why don't you see if someone picks you? Mrs. Dimple asks. So I close my eyes and think of the name I picked for my puppy. Star, I whisper, and the littlest one crawls right into my lap. Woof, he says, real soft. It worked, I say. Is this how you chose Bonnie? Not quite, Mrs. Dimple says. There are lots of ways to find animals. Do you know what a shelter is? I look at Mom. A shelter is a place where animals wait for good homes, she says. Like a hotel? I said. Sort of, Miss Dimple says, except the animals want homes where they can stay forever. They need forever homes. How many animals are there? I asked. Do they have snakes? It's not a zoo, Mrs. Dimple explained, but there are lots of dogs and cats. I volunteer at the shelter. Bonnie comes too. Why don't you come join us sometime? Can we, Mom? I ask. We'd love to, Mom says. I'm never quite sure if you can see the pictures. Before we go, Mrs. Dimple says, Madeline Finn, you have a new job with lots of responsibilities. Then she tells me everything I need to do, like walking Star and feeding him and making sure he has a safe place to sleep. But the most important thing, she says, is love. I love you, Star, I say when I feed him. I love you, Star, I say when I read to him. I love you, Star, when I tuck him in. It's okay, Star, I say when he has an accident on the floor. I love you. Just like Madeline and Scotty love Brucey, and Leo loves Bo, and Nana loves all of them. On Saturday, Mrs. Dimple invites us to the shelter. Thank you for the donations, a lady tells Mrs. Dimple. Then she smiles at me. My name is Miss Ivy. Would you like to meet some of the animals? Yes, please, I say. Hi, I say to the first dog I see, but he doesn't even wag his tail. The sign on the cage says his name is Mr. Chips. We meet lots of dogs and cats and even some bunnies and birds. They all need homes, I ask. Mrs. Ivy nods. She seems a little sad. I think Mr. Chips is sad too. When your mom and dad were little, we got a dog from a shelter. Mom, I asked when we get home, do shelter dogs get to play outside? Probably not as much as Star, she says. Do shelter dogs get to sleep under blankets? I'm not sure, honey. Mrs. Dimple said love was most important, I say. That's right, dear. Mom, does anyone tell the shelter dogs that they love them? Mom is quiet. Then she gives me a big hug. Maybe you can show them. There's her mom tucking her in, just like Marlo and Scotty's mama tucks them in, and so does Leo's. The next day, I rummaged through our linen closet. The sign at the shelter said they need towels. I say, can we bring some? I bet they would like that, Mom says. Miss Ivy is happy to see us. Thank you, Madeline Finn. She says these will make soft beds for the animals. But when we leave, I notice there weren't enough towels for all the animals. And Mr. Chips still looks sad. Why do you think Mr. Chips is sad? Maybe because he's lonely and he wants to get adopted. There they are getting the towels. Here they are at the shelter. Before bed, I practice reading to Star. Then I whisper in his ear, "I love you, Star." "Woof," he says real soft. When Mom tucks me and I say, "Star loves when I read to him." "He sure does, sweetie." "Mom?" "Yes, dear." "Does anyone read to the shelter dogs?" What do you think? Do you think anyone reads to the shelter dogs? In the morning, we talk to Mrs. Dimple about my new idea. Then Star and I spend all week collecting towels and blankets from the neighbors. I make a special sign, and Mrs. Dimple helps me hang them in the library. Saturday, 10 o'clock. Come read to shelter animals. Bring a blanket and a book. Isn't that a good idea? That's a very good idea. On Friday night, I barely sleep. I'm so excited. When Saturday comes, I'm ready, and so is Star. But when we arrive, it's just us. Nobody else came, I tell Star. "Woof," he says real soft. "I'm glad you're here," Mrs. Ivy says when I hand her the blankets and towels. "Why don't we get started?" I sit by the first dog, and we're both a little nervous. But when I start reading, she wags her tail. The next dog perks up his ears when I read to him. Even the cats around the corner are listening. But after my 5th story, I'm the only one there. "I don't have enough books," I tell Miss Ivy, "or enough blankets." "I know, Madeline Finn," she says. "I know." And then I hear footsteps. There she is reading to all the animals. What do you think's going to happen next? Who do you think's coming? Bonnie comes first. Behind her are lots of kids with lots of books and lots of blankets. "Sorry we're late," I hear a parent say. "There was a crowd at the library checking out books." Miss Ivy shows everyone how to sit with the dogs and read to them. Pretty soon, the shelter looks like a library. "Did everyone get a story?" I asked Mom. "I think so, sweetie." "And a blanket?" "Almost, Miss Dimple." Miss Dimple says, "Take a look." I peek around the corner, and Mr. Chips didn't get a blanket. Poor Mr. Chips. I wonder why he didn't get a blanket. He was going home in one. Mr. Chips found a new family today. He's getting a real home, Mother said. Isn't that exciting? Makes my heart feel good. A forever home, I say, and Star lets out a giant woof. The end. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And remember, Nana loves you. Mwah!